Hello, this is Haley. Hi. Haley's a singer. Okay, so now that we've put the bassoon together, I'm going to teach you how to handle it. So when you're handling the bassoon, you don't want to grab it from up here because this joint comes off and the whole thing could just like fall apart since this part's so heavy. And you want to hold it from this middle joint, and when you're walking around, sometimes I like to put it on the bottom joint too so that it's really sturdy. But how about you lift it up and we'll get it set up on here. Nice, and I'll help you with this part because it's kind of heavy. But so there are 2 holes on the bottom here. You want to do it on the one closest to you. Perfect.
There we go.
Nice. All right. Okay. Also, when you're handling it, you want to make sure you're careful of this thing. It's called the bocal, and that thing can bend really easily. So when you're carrying it around, you want to take it off and put this side. I can show you. In the top up here like that.
Oh, okay. Just
so that it doesn't bend. All right. I'll have you put your reed on there. Yeah, make sure it fits well. Awesome. Yeah, my tilt. Perfect. Okay, so holding the bassoon. Actually, posture first. Make sure your legs are 90-degree angle, sit up straight, shoulders up and back, just relaxed. Cool. All right, your left hand. So there are 3 holes here that we use. The top one, yes. Oh, perfect, look at you. And then your second hand, your first finger is gonna be on this open tone hole up here. Second finger is gonna be on the next open one. Yep, so we're just skipping these 2 keys and then just leave your pinky over there. And then your thumb goes on the B flat key, which is right above this pancake key.
Okay.
Perfect. And then when you're playing, you just want to keep your fingers hovered over those notes. If you keep them pressed down, since they're open tone holes, then you'll be playing different notes.
Okay.
And then to get the feel of like how your hand should be when you play, put your hand on your knee and lift it up. It should be that natural curve, just really loose. Nice. All right.
Cool.
Can you find the notes again? Good job. All right. Air. So as I'm sure you know, since you're a singer, we like to breathe from our diaphragm when we play the bassoon instead of our chest. So take a a big deep breath in from your stomach. I'm gonna have you go in for 4 and then out for 4.
Okay.
And 1, 2, ready, go. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Nice, good job. Embouchure. So the embouchure on the bassoon is different than the embouchure on like an oboe or a clarinet because it's a lot looser. The embouchure for like a clarinet, you have to like cinch your like corners in and make it really tight. But for the bassoon, you want to make your embouchure as loose as possible, but still be able to produce a sound because you want the reeds to be able to vibrate easily. So I like to think about, a way to think about like making it loose is to keep like the back inside your mouth, keeping that really open and wide. So I like to think about, you know, those s'mores marshmallows that you can get for your s'mores that are like crazy big.
Yes.
I like to think about putting them in the back of my mouth. Yeah, and just like keeping that really open, like there's a marshmallow in there, and then that makes the front of your mouth a little bit looser.
Okay.
Nice. And then a way to think about the shape of your mouth is to say the word bocal.
Bocal.
Yes, so bocal is this thing, as I said before, and the shape of your mouth is when you say the col in bocal.
Bocal. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's how your mouth should feel when you have your lips around the reed.
Okay.
So say bocal. Oh, and you want to roll your bottom lip over a little bit over your bottom teeth, but not as much as you would for the clarinet or the oboe, or the saxophone even, like just like enough that your teeth aren't touching the reed.
Okay.
So try to say bocal and curl that lip over and put your mouth on the reed, and you can go from there.
Bocal.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. You want to try to make it sound? Nice. Good job. It sounded great.
Thanks.
All right. Our first note that we're gonna learn is C. So C is gonna be your first finger, your second finger, third finger in your left hand. Your right hand's just chilling out down there.
Okay.
Make sure your fingers aren't on the holes. And then your thumb is gonna be on this key called the whisper key.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And that key makes sure that you don't go into the next octave when you play the notes. It kind of works like an octave key on a saxophone, but not to the same extent. It's like the opposite, because for saxophone it makes it go up, but this one makes it go down. If that makes sense. Cool. Anyways, so if you want to try to play that note, say vocal and try to make your embouchure and just blow whenever you're ready.
Okay. Vocal.
Nice. Awesome. Make sure when you breathe in, you're breathing through your mouth so that you can get as much air in as possible. Cool. All right. The next note is D, and all you're going to do is lift your third finger. Nice. Yeah, you leave the whisper key in your first and second finger. You want to try to play that one?
Sure. Vocal.
Cool. And then E. Nice. Yeah, you guessed it. Just lift the second finger, and you still have that whisper key on there.
Okay. Vocal.
Awesome. Okay. And then before we can get on to our super cool song, Claire de Lune, Claire de la Lune. Anyways, I'm gonna teach you how to tongue. So tonguing, which you know from other methods classes, is where, like, if this is the reed, your tongue starts there. So I'll start blowing. I'll pretend I'm like blowing with my tongue on the reed.
Okay.
And then I release my tongue, and that's what starts the note. So it has a crisp beginning.
Okay.
And it sounds like to instead of who. So if you say who, that's what it would sound like if your tongue wasn't on the reed to start it. If I say to, like, that's what it would look like in your mouth. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then it's a little bit different than on the clarinet. So the clarinet's like tip of the tongue to the tip of the reed. For the bassoon, it's your tongue is like a fourth of the way in from the tip. Okay. Is where the reed should go. If that makes sense? Yes. Kind of. You just want to try to put your tongue on.
Sure. With the right embouchure still?
Just.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right, do you want to try to just stick your tongue on and just like try it out for yourself?
Wait, like do it with the embouchure?
Okay. Say vocal, put your mouth on.
Vocal. Oh, I forgot. Vocal.
Yeah, so put your mouth on first, and then you can put your tongue on. Okay. Sorry, that was a bad example.
Vocal. Call. Oh.
Nice. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so just play it on a C. So 1, 2, 3, and whisper. No, that's pretty good. So I think what you're doing is you're just sticking your tongue on like one of the reeds. You want to stick it on like both of them. Okay. The entire thing. So you're just getting some vibrations on one of the reeds, not on. Yeah. You want to stop the vibrations entirely and then release it, and then it should vibrate. Does that make sense?
Yes. How do I get it on both?
Yeah, so here, I'll talk you through it as you do it. Put your mouth on the reed.
Vocal.
Make sure you don't, perfect. And then stick your tongue on both the reeds.
Oh, okay.
And then blow out and release. Yeah, that's it. You just want to tongue a few times? Sure. Nice. Yeah, you want to make sure to get it out of the way right away after you release it. Okay. Cool. Okay, and I have a little tonguing exercise on here. Okay. So I'm going to have you play each of these measures. We'll do it at a pretty slow tempo. And 1. Oh, just do it on C. C. Yes. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do that. It's okay. Think about 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, on 3, put your mouth on the reed. 4, put your tongue on the reed. And then 1, release it. just to get you in the habit of doing that. Okay, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2. No, you got it. You're doing it right.
Okay.
No, you're good. Make sure to keep your oral cavity open in the back.
Yes.
And make sure you're not hitting this button when you play.
Okay.
So you can think of keeping your thumb a little bit rounded so that it's not too like curved and hits the. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
All right, let's start again.
Just
from the beginning.
Okay.
1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2. No, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Make sure when you're breathing in, you breathe in through your mouth instead of your nose. And then when you tongue, you want to get rid of your tongue right away as soon as you do it. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You just want to try to tongue by yourself really fast again. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That sounds really good.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Good job.
Cool.
Thank you for doing it with me.
Of course.